It is it is your host, Jay Lucas, and I am the lightning. Uh, it is so good to be here Wednesday night and finally be able to discuss more on the PS2 game console comparison. Um, my voice is a little bit deeper than usual due to weather. And hello, Gavin. It's so good to see you. Take your time. Don't worry. Everything be cool. Just uh, just make sure that you got everything under control, and let me know when you get ready. All right. Today, I am going to be discussing more of this PS2 games that goes on the PS2. So, uh, right now, there are a few other games that we haven't even mentioned. See, there, like we said last uh, podcast stream, the games that we mentioned, we only could go so far. And like you said, the PS2 has a wide expanse of games, about ooh, over 300 to maybe 3,000 games that's made, especially some that has made over uh, even the arcade games, and all into one disc, even the collection games. All of this goes to one monumental game. All that counts into one game. But all those games does count how many games that could go on the PS2 modified to the modern technology. So, like the Mortal Kombat, like the Midway Arcade Treasures, you see, the Midway Arcade Treasures are very popular because there has been tournaments in the Mortal Kombat being. Now there has been more. Oh, now they still do the old style Mortal Kombat. Oh, just for friends. That, but also you can do the modern now with the new MK or the PS5, Xbox X, Xbox S, and the new Switch. So, but now, but right now we are still doing the retro, because the retro is what we are going to be focusing on for this week, and that is for the PS2. So, Gannon will be in momentarily, and I am going to be hosting more. I will be hosting more streams on Wednesday. Now, sometimes I might not be on because due to the fact that I'm having stuff that I have to do. So sometimes I might not be on. We may wait and see. So, ah, all right, Spencer. It is good to see you. Okay, you will be watching, finishing up the new Agatha's episode. All right, just uh, whenever you get the chance, just hop in and we'll get on to it. We're gonna be doing the new. We're gonna be doing part two on the PS2 game consoles and the games. Because there's, like I said, it's a wide expansion, over 3,000 games, I believe. I don't know. So, just do what you got to do, and we will get to it. I promise you that we will get this. Now, now there has been a monumental battle because we got the Legos, we got the Harry Potter like pockets, moving on. Moving on. Now, now there has been some very good, like the Jack and Daxter series, and also some others. Now, there has been another one on the GameCube that's for the Sega, but that I forgot, and it's one of the underdog type called Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher is a Sega. I don't know. It's one of those underdog type games, underrated games, but it's so fun. Yeah, some really good quirks, but it's very good. I like it. So, there has been more. Now we will get to, but that's just me. I'm just trying to get it out there because there has been a few games on. But I just want to go back and revert it so now people will understand that I went back to it and I got you. I got you. So, now the next thing you're going to right now we're going to be talking about the uh we do have some more type games that's for the A's. That is like the Assassin's Creed series. We got those. We got the DCs, which is Batman, Superman. We got the Marvels, like the X-Men. We got a different one, but we only could go so far. So we're going to start where we left off, and then we're going to go from there. So I will be able to discuss more later on. So as soon as my two guests come, my partners, Gannon and Spencer, once they come, we will be discussing movies. One of those games that never got ported, forever stuck on GameCube. Billy Hatcher, yes, it is forever on it. But there has been some that's never been. Now there has some games that been transpired and moved on, like Forever on the Sonic Adventures, Dreamcast, GameCube, and also on the Dreamcast collection on the Xbox 360. And then we got the Sonic Adventure 2, which is Dreamcast, GameCube. And that's it. But just a general idea, not interesting. Now, there has been a few games that it has been, is that different versions. There's different versions for different consoles. So the now, like I said, uh, we got some that like the Star Wars, like uh, Battlefronts, the Sonic Unleashed, and of course the Star Wars Force Unleashed, the Star Wars. Very few. Now then, here we go. We got ourselves our first guest, and here he is, Mr. Gannon 136 himself, Patrick. Let's welcome in.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
All right, how you doing today, Patrick?
Taking a lazy day as much as I can. Had a rough night at work last night. And of course, they threw my heaviest amount of work at me right before my day off, so I just feel like garbage on my day off. But
okay.
One good thing though is I got to run up to the gas station just a little bit ago. I got a Slurpee, so that made my day 10 times better. Nothing a Slurpee can't
Spencer will be in soon. Spencer will be in soon. He's finishing up the new episode of Agatha.
Yeah, I just spawned in on Flight Simulator, and I was just pre-flighting right as you were going live. I'm like, oh shit, hold on, I gotta get my plane ready. But now we are here.
Oh, it's
I just pushed
yes,
back
yes.
from my gate, and
Now,
I just started my taxi. I'm
oh, well,
flying from Salt Lake
as soon
City
as
to
Spencer gets
San
in,
Francisco today,
okay, okay.
and I'm watching the
Going to
sunset.
old San Fran. Ah, San Fran, home for the 49ers.
Yep, we're going to 49ers country today. That's dangerous.
Yeah. But now, okay, that game that I mentioned, that Billy Hatcher is forever on game. It's one of those good, underrated type games that Sega developed years ago,
Never
and
heard of it
it's
until
still
a few years
fun today.
ago, but I specifically remember seeing it from my childhood.
It is a pretty good one. I mean, I have played it before. It's about a boy named Billy, and he
He's a
was
chicken boy, for those who don't.
getting these eggs. But, uh,
That's Billy Hatcher in a
and
nutshell.
so yes, yes. Now,
Sorry, rather an
oh
eggshell.
yeah, but but now we're going to get right into it. The for the PS2 game comparison, but also the different versions of the same game. But the where we left off at H, but there's a lot more into these games because like we talked about, the PS2 has a wide library of over three
Yeah,
thousand different game titles throughout
yeah,
its 8 to 10 years of life.
yeah. We were just touching on the heavy hitters. We weren't even getting into the nitty gritty of like the not so well known games.
Oh no, oh no.
Not
The
even
game
close.
that we're gonna be talking about is oh no, 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 no. The big heavy hitters that I did mention, that we're going to just touch base on the summary of it. We like the midway arcade treasures that the
Yeah.
PS2 has done, and
There's so many
also
arcade collections on the
the
PS2.
arcade.
Like if for those of you who don't know, there's a lot of
Yes.
exclusive PS2 collections.
Oh yes, and all that does count to the PS2. Even though all arcade games into one disc, it still counts as a PS2 game because it's a collection deal,
Yeah.
and it's all different games into one disc, so everything counts. But that's what they have done. So,
Yep. Yep.
so now the now um now eyes there's I don't know any kind of eye games, but now if we now but Jay's we got the Jack and Daxter series, like the Jack and Daxter
Hands down, one of the most
precursor
underrated
legacy.
series on PlayStation is the Jack and Daxter games, and
Definitely
it's not even close.
the
Like the
Jack.
amount of work Naughty and people don't know. I think that was Naughty Dog that made that one. So yeah,
I'm not
it's
100% sure.
I want to say it was Naughty Dog that did what's that series that's on the later PlayStations? Um, with Nathan Drake. What's that game called?
I don't
Uncharted.
know.
The
I
Uncharted
can't think
games.
of it. Not on top of my head. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But also there's another one, but I think it could be under N. But I think it could be also under A. but it's Nickelodeon, also Avatar: The Last Airbenders. Those game series for the PS2, that is pretty impressive. It's one of those good underrated, good uh puzzle games.
Yeah.
But now here's the thing though. You got Jack 2, you got Jack 3, Jack and the Final
Three.
Frontier,
Yeah.
and you got the Jack and Daxter racing game. It's for the PS2. It's a
Yeah.
racing game.
Which I didn't know existed for a long
So
time.
you got there's five Jack and Daxter games. One is a racing game, while the other four is an adventurous game. So there is a lot of those type games. And also there has been a few other games as well. We got the Medal of Honors. We got the we can also the Call of Duty games. There has been a few of those, and also there has been a few other, I mean, good modern type games that is pretty good. But
Yeah.
but there's so much into oh there's so much into the game that you just not only you just playing the game, but you
Hmm.
are unveiling a story within the plot, and you just want to see what happens next, what comes after the story. I mean, there's even some games that it's just there's hardly any story. It's just one big normal mess. But there has been some games that has a good storytelling, and sometimes there's some games that just leave you off with a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
And that's what these game series is all about. They made a series. So the series is see my very first game series that I ever played was in the retro style, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and now we got Sonic and Knuckles. Those are the four
Yeah.
old game series that Sega has done. But
Yeah.
now they have made a mega collection of the Sonics. GameCube done it, but also PS2 has done a plus. They did a plus. The reason why? Because they added the Sega Game Gear titles, a few of them in that game. Sonic the Hedgehog, they got Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Blast, and of course, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Which is one of the unknown games a
The
lot of people don't
game,
necessarily know a lot about.
and also the Sega Genesis has it as well, but it's more Puyo Puyo style. It's more that style than the actual the Game Gear. So the Game Gear is a more pixel than it's more pixelated than the Genesis actual console version. So there has been quite a good moderation. So, but there has been, but like I said, the PS2 has recreated. The people of Sony has recreated so much of the different ones, and also they had done like I don't know. Uh, let me think. Let me think. What is it? What is it? But I mean, they have done a lot throughout the years. So, but the next one that we have next of the J's, besides the Jack and Daxter series, I think there is another one, but I can't think of it. Hmm. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. But do you have another one that starts with a game, a PS2 game that starts with J? Other than the Jack and Daxters.
Which one's that?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I know. I don't have a list in front of me right now.
Okay. I cannot even think of any eyes or anything like that as well. I'm not 100% sure
Now,
what it is,
not the letter I,
but
but like as an eyeball. Um, we didn't really dive too deep into it the other day, but there was a little known accessory for the PS2, which is the eye toy, which not a lot of people talk about. That was one of the very first revolutionary things for PlayStation, way before the Kinect came out on 360. Um, it was Sony's way of trying camera technology for gaming, where you could use your body to play games, which was really cool because you could hook it up on top of your TV stand or on top of your TV, and it just faced towards you, and it just tracked your motions. And very simply, it wasn't the most. It was a pretty rudimentary camera. It wasn't very like cutting edge or anything like that, but it was still really cool. It would track your motions and just let you do whatever you had to do to play the game. And my neighbor down the street, I specifically remember when he had he got an iToy, and he used to bring his PS2 and his iToy down to my parents' house, and we would sit there in the living room and try out this new technology in the living room. And like as a kid, I'm like, "This is amazing!" And it was really cool. It was just a bunch of like motion-based games. There's specifically one I forget. I want to say it was like either bubbles or balloons, and you get to like move your hands around to like pop the balloons as fast as you can. It was really fun.
Okay. Well, that's not
So
okay.
so if you
Okay.
ever get a chance to, if you find a
Okay.
good deal on an iToy, definitely pick one up. Highly recommend. It's definitely aged
Well,
now. It's worth it.
well, okay. Well, that's been new on my end, so because I never actually knew that. But I know they had that the PlayStation Move, that wand and stuff. But I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
for
This preceded the
PS3.
Move. It was no remotes. It was just you used your PS2 controller and just that camera for camera specific games. And I want to say it was around like 2003, 2004 is when it came out.
Four, yes. Okay, okay.
Or somewhere around that
That
time.
works. Okay, okay. Well, that's pretty good new information. Huh. Let's see. Okay. Well, oh, I think the next J would have to be oh, I'm not 100% sure, but if let's see here. H-I-J. Now K's in the K's, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I was trying to think if there was anything specific to the K's. Hold on, let me pull up a list if I can without shutting this off. You know what? No, do I have a better way of doing this? No, I really don't. I'm trying to think if
I
I'll
have
just
to
try to
get
finish.
a third device.
Yeah, I don't have a third device. That's the problem. I have a third device. I just can't surf the web on a Nintendo Switch. That's the one downfall of the Switch is they needed a web browser. They just don't want kids getting on illicit websites they're not supposed to be on. Dang kids had to ruin it for the rest of us. We want to surf the web on our Switches. But if you have Steam Deck, There you go.
but maybe now if Spencer
Yeah, Spencer
could
can look
get
it up
on,
whenever he shows
maybe
up.
he could probably help out.
Yeah. He has access.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that way he could probably help out with that because right now we are deep in the case and everything because we got because I think there has been a few K
Now I'm trying to remember.
or maybe
Was there a Cow the Kangaroo game on PS2?
what in the who now?
Oh, you're breaking up bad, buddy. Um, the have you ever heard of the game series Cow the Kangaroo?
Oh, cows the kangaroo.
It's KAO the Kangaroo.
KAO the kangaroo.
Yeah, it might be something newer.
Nope,
Maybe I'm mixing up
never
my
heard of it.
time periods when that came out. It's a smaller series. I think it's based more around like it's the way they designed it was kind of like a mix between Rayman and Crash Bandicoot. So it's just another like it's sort of like another
Ew.
game mascot sort of character based game. But I'm trying to remember when that came out. I don't remember if Cow was out back then or if that was later.
Uh, Let me. I got my phone on Wi-Fi right now, but let me see if I can turn it off on Wi-Fi and see if that would work. Because sometimes though, let's see, because on my end you're just frozen. But let me see
Oh,
what I can do if I
am I
turn it off.
frozen on YouTube as well? Let's see. Am I still frozen?
All right. Nope, you good.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just my Wi-Fi.
That's stinking Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, sometimes though I've been having a little bit of trouble with Wi-Fi on few apps and everything. Plus, I kind of
Yeah.
had to get rid of some stuff on that, but everything's good now. All right, now now I just hope that or whenever Spencer gets on, we can go ahead and get really into it and everything. But
Yep.
I do have now I do have a few good games on here. Let's see here. Now the L we will go back to the K's soon, but I'm gonna go to the L's. Now the L's is like the Legos. Like always, I mean, it's just straight out like the Lego Star Wars, uh,
Uh-huh.
the video game, the Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, and of course, though, you got some other Legos, like Lego Jurassic Park, the Lego, let me think, Indiana Jones, the original adventures for the PS2,
Yeah.
from the like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and the Last Crusade. All those or those are pretty good movies. And they turn them into the Lego game. So I got that game, and it is funny. And there's a lot of secrets to uncover. So wow. Um, Now there has been a few good L games actually. I mean, well, let's see. There's the Legos, and then we got the
Mhm.
what other L game that's on PS2?
I'm sure there's plenty of L's.
Oh man, there are plenty. It's just kind of hard to remember them all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh boy. Uh, but mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Spencer, if you are on here, if you're in the comments right now, uh, please, uh, uh, please make a comment and tell us anything in the K's and the L's. Uh, I'm not 100% sure. You know some of the lists and stuff. You know some of the good heavy hitters on the K's and L's, underrated games. Please comment and tell us about it before you get on. So that way we can get it. That way maybe Patrick might remember. Maybe something I remember.
Yeah, my
We'll
memory's
get
just
to it.
not there tonight.
Me neither. Because I mean, there's just so many games that I know, but there are also some games that I may know, but I don't know. And it's been so
Exactly.
many years. It's been so many years. So, but hopefully we will get back to it soon as we can. Let's see. Okay, M is the one of those mega collections, and also we got the Mortal Kombat.
Hmm. Mortal
Uh,
Kombat's. I think, if I remember correctly, there was Max Payne came out around then too.
yes, Max Payne and let's
Can't say Minecraft.
see.
Minecraft didn't exist. Darn it!
Minecraft.
Darn it! No Steve on the
Well,
PS2.
yeah. Minecraft came out. It's mostly a PC. It's mostly PC,
Hmm.
but also it went to the Xbox.
I think, if I remember correctly, Minecraft just turned or was about to turn 15 from its original alpha.
Huh, probably.
Hmm. Came out at a really
Okay.
interesting time,
Uh,
and I remember playing Minecraft in my browser way back in the day when it was still like early build versions of the game. Like, when it was so crazy, you could just jump in the server back in those days, and it was like just everybody building in one server, just blah, 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 and then you could go join another server and go build over there. And if you ever hear the term griefing got really big in those early Minecraft days because people used to do builds and you could just walk over to whatever their build is and just like remove a bunch of blocks. And it used to make people so mad because little like 7-year-olds would join a server
yeah.
and they would destroy people's creations, and it made a lot of people mad. So the server
Oh
mods would
yeah.
catch these players doing it and kick them. And then when they started
Yeah.
moving Minecraft to more private servers, it was such a more enjoyable experience because that way you can build your stuff and not worry about it getting destroyed, which was fantastic.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think what other
Oh.
M games. Oh, back to the L's. I'm a dingus. Freaking the L's. The Lord of the Rings games. How do you forget the Lord of the Rings games on PS2?
Well, I mean, I
Those
know
are
the
like
Lord
some
of
of
the
the greatest
Rings
PS2
stuff.
games.
Hey, at least
We
it's
are
better
we
than
are
Harry
real
Potter.
dinguses tonight to forget that one. Yeah,
At least it's better
if
than
I
Harry
ever get a
Potter.
PS2 again, I am 100% getting the Lord of the Rings games on PS2. There's no question about it. They're all good.
I mean, I mean, oh yes, everything is good about
Return of
that.
the King
And
is
also
worth
now,
every penny.
okay, okay,
If you
okay,
have a PS2 and you do
okay,
not own Return of the King, you are missing out.
okay. Now, for those of y'all that still want like retro and everything, if you ever have an Xbox 360 or Xbox, I don't
Hmm.
know, but if you have Shadows of Mordor or the other predecessor or of those,
Which was
I will recommend.
which
I
one?
think it's called Shadows of Mordor. Shadows of
So
Mordor.
Shadows of Mordor came out on the 360 and the PS3,
Yes, but if you get
which
the
a lot of
Xbox
people don't know.
360,
If I remember correctly, Shadows of Mordor, I think, is the one that was broken on 360 and PS3. It was right there at the end of the 360 PS3 lifespan as they were moving to PS4, Xbox One. And I think I remember my buddy bought the. I want to say he bought it for. He bought either that one or what the sequel was. One of the two of them. He bought one and it was not. It was so broken on 360. He said it wasn't even worth it. He said I went back to GameStop the next day. He said I turned it in. I traded it for the Xbox One version because he had just bought an Xbox One around the same time too. He said as soon as I got my Xbox One, he said I got the new version. He said F this. I'm not playing the 360 version. It's hot garbage. And he said as soon as he put it in the Xbox One, no problems. Worked fine. Amazing game.
Well, that's good. That's good. But we will get to those Xbox 360s and we'll talk about the Xboxes soon.
Oh yeah. Xbox is a whole different discussion. Way different discussion. Way different library of games. Believe it or not, there's actually a lot of games that cross over between both consoles. We can talk about as well. Maybe near the end of that discussion of this discussion.
Yes.
But no.
Yes.
We'll probably save it. We'll probably save it for the end of the Xbox discussion. I would think. We could talk about Xbox, PlayStation crossover games that work really good on both. And I would love to do an episode just talking.
I think I have an idea on that.
Like crossplay games. We could do a whole episode about crossplay, and I definitely want Spencer on for that one because the amount of multiplayer titles that are available on Xbox and PlayStation, and that whole community of finally, it was like these two entities that had their own separate servers, even if it was the same game. And then magically, as the franchise is built closer and closer, bam! We're playing together for the first time in history. It's amazing. We could do a whole episode or two just about cross-play games.
In other words, cross-platform.
Cross-platform, yeah.
Okay. I will probably do
which
that.
That's also gets interesting because you got to throw PC in the loop on that too because there's a lot of games that are on PC in that list as well that play with Xbox and PlayStation as well. So you got like all three of the giants all in one giant server of amazingness. And I think there's
now also don't forget
we'll have to talk about, which is Microsoft Sea of Thieves, which is started on PC and Xbox, and it was started as crossplay between those two, and then just earlier this year they finally added PlayStation. So now you got all three juggernauts in just one giant pirate adventure.
Oh yeah.
And trust me, it gets wild in those servers.
Now on the Xbox 360s and stuff, and also the Xbox, there has been a wide variety of games that is different than the PS2.
Oh, significantly different, and we'll talk about that on the Xbox stuff. Yeah,
because yes. Just a quick summary of that. What will be to come. The graphics on the Xbox 360s are more advanced than the PS2 graphics due to the fact that.
And I would say the PS3 actually, what was cool about the PS3 is it took a step up, and I felt like Xbox, that was the one generation I felt like Xbox and PlayStation were really neck and neck. Because in that first one, Xbox was, the original Xbox was slightly better than the PS2. So there was a lot of titles that came out on both platforms, but a lot of people actually, because most people own a PlayStation 2, they generally bought the PlayStation 2 version of the game. But if anybody was an adopter of the early Xbox, they actually got a higher quality version of the same game.
Yes.
Whereas when you get to the 360 era, when PS3 came in the mix, Xbox 360 and PS3 were once again neck and neck.
True. And even though the PS2 was still out there close with PS3 and the Xbox 360, it still kept its genre. It kept going. It never took a break. but
No.
they did finally was able to retire the PS2 after its long lifespan.
And for those of you who do not know, there were a lot of games that trickled out way, 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 way after the PS2 launch. And if I remember correctly, the final game came out in, get this, 2011 for the PS2.
And do you remember that game?
I don't. It's on. You can probably Google it. I forget what the game was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something silly like Just Dance, which also for its
That's
10th
also under.
for its 10th anniversary of Just Dance. No, I don't. Yeah, Just Dance wasn't even around then. Take that back. I want to say, when did Just Dance start? Yeah, I don't remember. But there, I want to say for the 10th anniversary of Just Dance, a lot of people don't know this. They did a one-time thing where they made a very bare bones version of the 10th anniversary of Just Dance. They made a special edition Wii disc version for the Wii, because the Wii version was so popular when Just Dance first launched with the Wiimote, because they used to dance with the Wiimote back in the day. And everybody loved that first one so much. They were like, all right, for the 10th anniversary, we're going to give you guys just one more. It's a bare bones version of our most new game. We're going to give it to you for you original Wii fans who still have a Wii.
And I got the Wii, but I am not going to get that game.
But I know that one sold out pretty quick because everybody was like, I got to get the Wii version. It's so exclusive. I want to look. I'll look later after I get done landing my plane here in a little bit. I want to see what that's going for on price charting, because like I imagine the scalpers are like $150 for that Wii disc. They're a wild bunch, them scalpers, man. But hey, that's what it is when it comes to the reselling game, man. Scalpers gonna scalp. You gotta watch your wallet, man. They're wallet snatchers.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's why I'd rather go to my smaller mom and pop shops or your video game resale store, because those guys, for the most part, are the anti-scalpers, and they'll give you a fair price.
Oh.
Now they might still upcharge on the retail value, so you still got to be careful and still do a little bit of price shopping, because sometimes they'll go up a few dollars. They're like, we still want to make our money on it. So sometimes you got to be careful. Sometimes you actually will get a better deal buying a copy online through a used copy, through like somebody just trying to clear out their basement or whatever.
Yeah. Now,
but also the cool thing about buying it from the mom and pop shops is sometimes they might bump it up a few dollars. But what you don't know is a lot of times they'll go in, they'll open a cartridge, or they'll take the disc, they'll resurface it, they'll clean it, so it's like pristine again. So sometimes it's actually worth it to spend a few extra dollars there, because you know you're getting a clean copy that they got in, they cleaned it up, they polished it, they checked to make sure it worked. If it's a disc-based game, they resurfaced it on a resurfacing machine, so it like plays like brand new. Especially, I imagine stores like the one you go to, Game Exchange. I am almost certain they resurface discs. Like, no doubt about it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do resurface discs. They resurface GameCube, PS2, PS3, PS4s, PS5s, if maybe. If not, I mean, what can you expect? Still new. I don't know. But also they do the Xbox 360s, Xbox Ones, anything that is discs, and also the PlayStation ones as well, the PS ones. Yes, they do all of them, even casts, and also, but there has been now for cartridges. They won't. They don't do that. All you gotta do is get a Q-tip and just go around,
Yeah.
through it,
And sometimes all you gotta do is, especially with like Nintendo-based things, they have a special screw set because Nintendo's so proprietary. They didn't want anybody working on their games back in the day. It's generally
Oh, dig
proprietary
his
screws.
in.
You can go in there. And the other thing that's cool, especially buying more retro titles, you got to make sure when you open it up, you want to make sure it's an original versus a repro. You do not necessarily want to, if you're looking for original hardware, you got to know what to look for. What's a repro? What's original? Because a lot of times there's a lot of fake copies out there. They're passing off looking as original, but they are not original. So be careful what you're buying, because you might spend a lot of money if you're buying an original copy and kind of find out it's a repro and they scammed you.
Right.
Especially with your higher dollar games. Be very careful with the higher dollar games.
Yeah, if you want to come in for a half an hour, that's fine. Just go ahead and get in, and we'll go ahead and. But listen, Spencer, we need something here. We need some more J's, and we need some K games. Okay.
And L's.
If you could get out of the list, get out of your list. Tell us to get those games. And more L's, because we got Lego, we got Lord of the Rings. We need something else. So we're on M's, but if you can you look up the list and tell us the different games for those 3 letters, if you don't mind.
Yeah, and we're barely scratching the surface on M's, because there are so many more M's we haven't even touched. We've been here for a whole episode just doing the M's and the N's.
And I mentioned Mortal Kombat.
And yeah, so the Mortal Kombat stuff's really interesting.
The thickest
list of Mortal Kombat games was a lot of the arcade. What's cool about it is they had arcade ports on the PS2 for Mortal Kombat, as well as original titles that were PS2 exclusive.
Very. There has been a lot. Mortal Kombat.
What's the name of the game that had it was really weird. It was like the first Mortal Kombat game that had a campaign. Was it Armageddon or Annihilation? I forget which one it was.
I think Armageddon or
I want to say it was Armageddon.
Annihilation. One of the two had the very first.
I specifically remember watching my cousin. I went to his house and I was so blown away. I was like, I don't know. They put a campaign where you can walk around a world and it's Mortal Kombat. I was like, holy cow! I couldn't believe they did that. It was pretty cool.
Is that RPG?
No, it wasn't like an RPG. It was just like a story mode campaign where you walk around and you encountered the different characters and you would fight them wherever their location was. It might have had some RPG elements, but it wasn't an RPG.
Hold on, Spencer. I'm going to get to.
Yeah, it wasn't definitively.
Hold on, Spencer. My phone is slow right now. Just give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. Hold on, buddy. I think I gotcha.
Hey.
All right.
It's the dingus. It's been dingus all along.
It's good to see you, Spencer.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing all right, Spencer. Okay.
To answer Patrick's question really quick, it's been a solid show. This episode did something kind of big. Yeah, I'll say there's a bit.
Is it Mephisto?
It was a big name drop happened.
Mephisto.
I can't confirm or deny anything. Wink, wink.
It's Mephisto. Yeah.
Listen,
So for those who don't know the joke, back when WandaVision first came out as the first Disney Plus Marvel show, every episode they would hint at something, and everybody was trying to tie it back to the comic books. And everybody goes, that must mean Mephisto's coming at the end of the show. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he never showed up once in the entire show.
Yeah. Well, I will say they're actually setting him up in ways in this show because there's a big thing that's happening.
Just wait. He's not going to show up again.
He's not going to show up. Well, I do think now, though, after Multiverse of Madness, they have a very clear path for Mephisto to appear. Because what I've been saying since that movie came out is Scarlet Witch is alive, but in hell. And so she's with Mephisto now, I think.
Oh, that's right. Because they kind of did introduce hell in Multiverse of Madness.
Well, I mean, not really hell, but like we see her quote unquote die, but like we know she's not dead. It's freaking Scarlet Witch. Like, come on.
In unusual Marvel fashion, they'll find some way to bring your favorite heroes back.
It's hell.
They're not really dead.
It's through Mephisto. He has her soul, is what it is.
And it's the same reason how there were multiple Doctor Stranges and multiple Mr. Fantastics.
Oh.
We're into Multiverse Saga, guys.
We're in the long game. We're in Battle World, man.
It's why we're getting fucking lame Doom now, because it's not even the real Doctor Doom.
Good Doom is coming because this is the Multiverse Saga.
I mean, we might get real Doom afterwards, but who knows? Who knows how we're
I want to know who's going to play real Doom in our reality. That would be cool to find out.
Gannon, Spencer, guys, I have some news here. Star Wars is going to come back. It's going to come out with a new Star Wars story. It's going to be called Crimson Dawn, featuring Darth Maul.
On toast?
On toast?
With butter?
I mean, there's a rumor for a while that they were working on an animated show or something.
It's a trailer
with the Crimson Dawn.
I saw a trailer.
I don't know. With all the stuff you said about it kind of tying in with Outlaws, I'm kind of like, are they kind of like tying up that loose end and trying to just move on?
I don't know. I haven't watched the trailer, so I think it'd be best.
I'm starting to think more and more now, like. I hate to say this, but I think like the video games and the publishing side of Lucasfilm now, I think that's where some projects grow, but at the same time, it's also where projects go to die.
Yeah.
They're like,
here's the thing, though.
That Acolyte thing, it didn't go so well. All right, I guess it's going to be in publishing forever now.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Bad how many
the last time that Darth.
I'm trying to think like how many things went to the publishing side. I love the one shots though. The one shots have been great.
Okay, the last time we ever saw Darth Maul in a movie was Solo, a Star Wars story, where he was in that hologram. So Darth Maul was still alive. So this takes place before Rebels.
It's before Rebels, and it's interesting because it's so here's and Spencer knows more about this than I do because he actually reads the comics and he's played Outlaws and I haven't.
A little bit of Outlaws. I just canceled my Ubisoft Plus today, so I'm not going to go back to that game till probably when the second DLC drops. I decided
till it's more polished.
That's part of it, but then also I just kind of like wasn't really feeling that to be my next game I was playing, so I was like, yeah, I'll wait for it to be polished up when I feel like playing it more. I'm just waiting for the
Ubisoft Super Sale where it's like $20, and I'm like, all right, then I'll play it.
couple of years and you'll get that. But I am really looking forward to the second DLC.
I'm in no rush to play, and I've already still got to play Jedi Survivor, and I'm just like, I'm good, man, I'm good.
Dude, Jedi Survivor was really good though.
Yeah, I need to go back and finish it because I'm telling you what, man, even if the story doesn't necessarily hit, like Respawn just makes really good games. Just in terms of like mechanics.
I thought the Survivor story was quite good, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've only played like I think I played like the first 2 hours, but it's been so I played it, I'll probably restart my campaign.
You gotta play it. So
Late in
good.
the game
That
still.
opening's so good too.
I'm trying to remember what happened in the opening.
The coruscant bit.
And now also,
Oh yeah, which was confusing to me.
and also
Like,
I think they're gonna try to do a new. They are trying to do a new, Star Wars the Clone Wars thing that is still more into Clone Wars. I think they're trying to maybe do another season of it or something another. It's something I saw,
Nah,
but I don't
the
no,
know if
only
the,
that's
the
thing-
true.
fans are trying to push to get Ewan and Hayden back on the screen to do a live action one-off like movie or TV show. It's just Clone Wars centric. With that one girl who played young Ahsoka on the flashback scenes. They want to bring her back and do that, but it's all fans want that. That's not something Lucasfilm has said they're going to do.
Something that we are getting official in that timeline that got recently announced, or in that era, I should say, is Bad Batch is coming back with some comics from Dark Horse since they.
Oh, really?
Kids
I didn't hear
publishing.
about that.
So there's a new Bad
Dark
Batch. I think
Horse.
it's a mini. I believe it's a mini series. I don't know how many issues, 5 to 6 probably.
What's cool about that is they can do so many one-offs with Bad Batch, and like they'll because
well, think about this
there's
though.
a time
Is
jump at the end,
these,
or they could go before, like back during the Clone Wars.
well,
era.
I believe it'll be before their debut in Clone Wars.
So
because
before-
that was like
Okay.
because that was like just before the end. So that you're getting to see like
because when you think
Bad
about it,
Batch
that's
right
the
at the
end of
height.
war. That's like
Pretty
really,
much.
you don't get to see how they were born. You don't get to see like their creation story. You don't see any of that.
I don't know if this is going to delve into their creation, but like they're already a team actually doing stuff. So you're
How
going to
that
see
could
them.
tie in with the
Actually,
they call the clone that's in the early seasons of Clone Wars the one that had the hunchback. They call him 99. His name's 99.
yes, Bone
Yeah.
99.
But they specifically call him a Bad Batcher.
Sorry.
So I think he
the
was
founder
an early
or the
prototype
original.
for the Bad Batch. He was the original Bad Batch member, without being officially a Bad Batch.
If you want me to share with you all,
So I could see him being like, he would be the one that would start it, like in memoriam of 99. We will remember thee. All right, let's go kick some ass.
okay. Now we got that out of the way and everything. We need to know any more on the J's, the L's, and the K's.
Yeah, J,
What
K, L,
game?
and then M's. If you see any in the PS2 list, Spencer, that you want to like talk about specifically.
hold on. So JKM, is that what you said?
J, K, L, and M. That's how
JKLM. JKLM. For PS2 specifically?
Yeah, like on a PS2 list.
Yes,
Any
yes,
like
yes.
major standouts. So we said Jack and Daxter games. What was the K's? We couldn't think of any K's because we didn't have the list in front of us.
Hold on. What was the first letter?
J.
J.
We
J is
did
in
the
Jackass. Got it.
We did the Jack and Daxter games.
Let's see what pops up on this list that sticks out to me. Jackass the game, which is funny because you just said J for Jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Jack 3, Jack and Daxter. I do want to play all those games. I have them all downloaded
Same.
on my PlayStation.
I've only played Jack 2.
Spencer, there's 5 games of Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, Jack 2, Jack 3, and Jack the Final Frontier, and there's a racing game of Jack and Daxter.
I have
It's
every
racing
single
game.
one of those downloaded on my PlayStation.
If they bring Jack and Daxter back with PS5 level graphics, it would sell so many copies.
People would nut for that, Jack, Sly Cooper.
Yeah, dude, Sly Cooper would. I gotta be honest, Sly Cooper would sell better than Jack. It would.
But that's under S.
No, I'm just saying in general for old franchises they could bring back, that would be one that would sell.
Did you all talk about the first Just Cause? That's interesting.
No, we didn't talk about the first Just Cause.
Interesting. I didn't know
Just
about that.
Cause, okay.
There's a Justice League game too, so that's interesting. I didn't know about that.
Justice League. Okay, I did not know there was a Justice League game.
There's a
for
bunch
PS2.
of Kamen Rider games.
Man.
Fair enough, I haven't played any of those. KO the Kangaroo Round 2.
See, I said there was a KO the Kangaroo.
You just said that. I mean,
There's
I
a
didn't
bunch
know
of
that.
karaoke revolution stuff.
Oh, I forgot Karaoke Revolution used to be a thing. That was around the
Oh.
same time because Guitar Hero was out around the same time too. So they were like, "You want to play guitar or do you want to sing? You could do both."
Katamari Damacy. Did you bring that up?
Oh, I forgot Katamari did come out back then. It was one of those games that was cross-platform back in the day.
Very
Well,
good
not
game.
cross-platform,
Well,
but
the one I played.
multi-platform, multi-plat.
Killzone.
Killzone, yeah.
Some King of Fighters stuff.
Oh, King of Fighters for all the SNK fans because they didn't really have
Oh my gosh.
Neo Geo was dead, so SNK put their stuff on PlayStation.
We have
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah,
How did we forget Kingdom Hearts?
and I got both of them. I'm such a dummy.
Great games.
Don't.
So Kingdom Hearts 2 will be the next Kingdom Hearts game that I play through because I'm trying to play
It
through
is
as many
the
of them as
best in the
possible.
series. Like, get ready. It's the best.
Right now, I'm in the middle of watching the full cinematic movie they did for what is it called, like 300 something /2, like 360 /2 or
let's
whatever.
be honest. The titles for Kingdom Hearts make no sense.
I'm just playing it in the suggested order that they have it in.
And there'll be like,
hey,
the 2.8 final prologue mix.
Hey, there's a rumor that Kingdom Hearts 4 will be coming out.
Oh, it's coming.
Kingdom Hearts 4 is confirmed.
They dropped a trailer.
A teaser.
If you haven't seen it,
it
watch
is
the trailer.
Yeah, and I'm still working on Kingdom Hearts.
Which
3,
I would think it's
working
probably getting pretty close to done out. I think it would probably come out next year, I would imagine. Unless they need more time.
It's going to be on the next gen consoles, yes.
Wait, was K the first letter, or was there a letter before that I was supposed to look at?
J's.
Oh, I already looked through J's.
Yeah, you already did the J's. So
You're
if you've gone through all the K's, we can go to L's.
L? Okay.
L's. We did Legos and we did the Lord of the Rings.
We talked about all the Lord of the Rings games.
Legacy of Kain Defiance?
Oh, the Legacy of Kain games. Yeah.
Well, it's just mainly Defiance here.
Which I think was
I
want to say that was a sequel to Soul Reaver. Back in that was the 90s.
It is the 5th and final game of the Legacy of Kain series. So
there's a lot of 90s Legacy of Kain games that were out on PC.
Great, and yesterday was a great day for Legacy of Kain fans because we had the announcement that Soul Reaver 1 and 2 is coming to modern platforms.
Are they
remaster? Yeah, it's a remaster coming out in December.
Damn.
And if you're on PlayStation, the first Blood Omen game is coming as part of PlayStation Plus Premium, but I think those games you could also buy separately. So
okay.
So that's already 3 of the 5 games available on PlayStation. They could make the other 2 available on there later on too, which would be freaking awesome to have.
Do they know if all the games are going to be on Xbox as well?
Well, Soul Reaver should be. I believe will be. Blood Omen.
That's the one I've always wanted to play with Soul Reaver.
Yeah, that one I believe will be because those are the big ones.
I remember back in the 90s when they used to put out game trailers, and Soul Reaver was one of those ones that had just like a really intriguing trailer.
There's a Legend of Spyro games.
Legend of Spyro.
Oh,
Do you know anything about that?
Yes. Okay. I know those games. That's a 3 game series. Okay. We got the Legend of Spyro, the beginning.
A New
Legend
Beginning.
of Spyro, Eternal Night.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Dawn of the Dragon, which is the 3rd one where you can play as Spyro or Cinder. I
remember playing this one on Wii, Dawn of the Dragon. I haven't played the others though. It'd be fun to play sometime though.
It's a 3-platform game, Dawn of the Dragon. It's either on you can get it on Wii, PS2, or the Xbox 360. The first one, it came out in Xbox and PS2. But on the second one, if you could get it on PS2 or the Xbox 360 or Xbox, I can't remember, or Wii, I cannot remember. But also, you can get the 3rd one on 3 platforms. You can get on Wii, PS2, and Xbox 360. And I do have the New Beginning on Xbox, the original, and I had the Eternal Night on PS2, which is the second one. Now,
Nice.
the beginning is where you had to fight Cinder. She was an evil dragoness, and
I'll be
but
right back,
somehow or
gents.
another, go ahead. There's more to the story. To Cinder, which it kind of reveals more into it in two, in the second one. So in the second one is where Spyro lost all of his powers during the first game, but he was able to get his powers back throughout the second game and maybe more. But also, he was going after Cinder to find Cinder and rescue her because back that Cinder had this great power. But somehow or another, they were fighting against all odds and fighting against some sort of evil that corrupted Cinder in the beginning. See, there were two dragons, Spyro and Cinder. They were meant to be. But the thing is, though, about those two, they were the dragons of destiny. They were meant to keep the world in balance. So, but I don't know. They were now they were buried inside an amber uh, with underneath the rocks. That's where the cliffhanger left. So I need to get Dawn of the Dragon either for the PS2 or the Xbox 360 or the Wii, whichever one comes first. All I want is that game so that could complete my series. So for those that
Nice.
are the Spyro fans, if you ever had those games, you are a true Spyro fan because back then those are one of the greatest game series of Spyro of all time. That also got Hero's Tale and also the original Spyro of the PS1 era, 1, 2, and 3. If you have ever had those games, you are a true Spyro fan, and I commend you for it. Those are one of the great childhood games of all time during the 90s and the early 2000s. And quite honest, though, it's a lot of fun. It's a big story. And of course, though, you got Mr. Moneybags, but no, wait, Mr. Moneybags was in Hero's Tale. So, and the Dragon in the Legend of Spyro series, no Mr. Moneybags. Although you do see Mr. Moneybags in Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, which you which you just love to do a whole bunch of pain to him in 3. That's a funny. But enough of that. Now, but to those that like the love Spyro, I would recommend if you do. Play those games to your heart's content because it's a lot of fun. So, is there any more L games in
Yes,
uh
I got two other
PS2?
things to mention as far as L's go. I think. I haven't played
Okay.
either of these. However, I think they're worth mentioning. There's a couple Looney Tunes games. Looney Tunes Acme
Oh,
Arsenal and Looney Tunes Back in Action. Don't know anything about those, but it's Looney Tunes, so why not, right?
um, well, I do know some of the Looney Tunes. The only Looney Tune games that I know of is something that dated back in the let me see, the Sega Genesis era. There's the Tiny Toons Adventures with Buster's Adventure and a couple of other ones that Looney Tunes that's like Bugs Bunny Adventures or something. I don't know. And but that's back in the Sega Genesis era. But PS2 wise, no, I never actually do that.
Yeah, me neither. So the more you know. The other thing I wanted to mention that maybe I hope Patrick would have brought these up. is there's Lord of the Rings games on here. You have the
Mhm.
whole trilogy, Fellowship
We
of the Ring,
already
Two
mentioned.
Towers, and Return of the King, and then we're Third Age. All right, cool, good. I own the
We didn't
trilogy
talk
of
about
Fellowship.
Third Age, but we definitely talked about Return of the King.
Yeah, I own the trilogy of Fellowship of the Ring, which is like more based from the book because it was like I guess
Mhm.
right before the movies or right as it or whatever. And then, but Two Towers and Return of the King, which are based from the movies, I do have those though.
Two
Third
Towers
Age,
is
I'd like to
alright,
do.
but Return of the King is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't played those. I'd like to play through the trilogy in order sometime. So
Definitely worth it.
But
just
also,
for,
don't forget.
everybody talks about how good Third Age is because it's its own separate thing.
I'd like to get that one too.
But
I remember when we
though,
last had this conversation about
PS2
Third Age, the pricing for that, if I was to buy it off at eBay, wasn't that bad. It's definitely a game. If I see
it was a game they made a lot of copies of.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
So you'll be all right.
I'll get it eventually.
Well, but don't forget though, GameCube also did Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah, but I prefer PS2, I guess.
But I'm
alright.
just letting you
So
know they made, like I said,
Imps, right?
we're in M's, but we did Mortal Kombat,
Okay.
Armageddon, Annihilation. Those are the ones that kind of stand out the most because
Okay.
of
Well,
them.
I have
Oh
some
wait,
stuff on the list here.
Madden,
A lot of those.
A lot of the
Madden,
Madden
NFL.
games. A lot of those NFL games way back in the day on PS2 were fantastic.
Let's see here.
I got one of them.
The first, there's a Mafia game here that came out.
Oh, the first Mafia was technically back then on PS2, yeah.
Yeah, dating all the way back in 2004.
Also, I want to say it was also on Xbox as well.
I can see that. There's some Major League Baseball stuff, so there you go, Chris.
Oh yeah, I think the big started on PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baseball games back then, they were pretty good.
Taking my time looking through here. There's some Marvel stuff, such as Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. Do not recommend. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, as well as Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2.
Both great. Or all three, technically.
We had a He-Man game on there? Huh.
You are He-Man.
Max Payne 1 and 2.
We did talk about Max Payne, yep.
McFarlane's Evil Prophecy. I have not heard of that.
Is that tied to
No.
Spawn?
No. Medal of Honor stuff.
Medal of Honor was around back then.
Yes, we have. Okay, Medal of Honor. I have some of those. Medal of Honor.
I want to go back and
I
play
got
a
the
lot
very
of the classic
first Medal of Honor. Oh yeah, Medal of Honor. I got Medal of Honor Frontline, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Medal of Honor European Assault, and
there's a lot of Medal of Honor.
Oh yes, there's a good Medal of Honor. Now I do know that Medal of Honor Rising Sun that deals with the beginning of America getting into the World War II. Is where it's the very first level where the Earth stood still for that era, and that was the bombing of Pearl Harbor, where the USS Arizona went down and sunk.
Are you on the boat? Does it put you on the boat? That would be terrifying if it put you on the boat and you just look up and you see a bomb coming down and just black.
Yeah. But
that was some of the jarring stuff
that.
Call of Duty did back in the day, too.
Now, yes. Got Call of Duty Big Red 1.
Division.
You got Call of Duty 3. Call of Duty I Finest Hour. Call of Duty Border War. There's a lot of good Call of Duty games for the PS2. And also you got the very first Call of Duty. And you got the baby Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, all those different ones. So there has been a very few good war games out there. Also, you have the or I mean, but there's a lot of those, and even with the more. Okay, Spencer. I want to ask you this one good question: which Mortal Kombat game it has the very first campaign? Is it Annihilation or Armageddon?
No idea. Never touched or looked into either of those.
We were trying to remember because I specifically remember I watched my cousin a long time ago. He booted one of them up, and there's like you. I think it was you had like a create a character, and you were like walking around the world, and then like you were encountering some of the Mortal Kombat characters, and you had to engage them in combat in like their area.
Nice.
But it was really weird because I was like, it was a game of Mortal Kombat where you actually got to walk around the world. I was like, that's amazing.
Just looking at some other stuff on this list to name before I head out of here. We may have brought them up because they're big. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Metal Gear,
Mr. Mosquito. Can't forget about Mr. Mosquito, guys. There's several Mobile Suit Gundam games.
Gundams, yep.
What is this?
PS2 was big in Japan, so they had a lot of Gundam games.
The first Monster Hunter game.
Yep, Monster Hunter started on the PS2. Yep, sure did.
There's a couple Monsters Inc. games.
And Monster Hunter just turned 20. Last year?
So
which I just saw Monster Hunter was on sale again. Monster Hunter was on sale the other day. I think it's still on sale.
I'm still looking to see if there's anything else. Myst 3 Exile.
Like a continuation of the Myst games?
Yeah, it's the third Myst game.
Okay.
There's actually a big bundle of those on sale on PC right now. I don't think I'll get it, but it's pretty good.
Is it on the Switch with the touchscreen?
No, for PC.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it as far as I have for those levels that you gave.
I'm trying to think if there was anything beyond the M's. Was there a Monsters Inc. game on the PS2?
Was there a what?
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I said there's two of them.
There was two Monsters Inc. games on the PS2?
Yeah, that's one.
There's also a...
actually, there was a Monster... Actually, there was a Monsters Inc. for the PS1.
I remember seeing Monsters Inc. in theaters. That was pretty crazy.
There's also a Monsters vs. Aliens, if you remember that movie.
I do. Yeah.
And also, I think they made a game of that, too.
That's what I just said. There's Monsters... That's what I just said. It's Monsters vs. Aliens. Made by Beanox.
Yep.
Beanox, one of those smaller studios. I think Beanox might still be around. I forget. I think I just saw them. What was it? It was in something recently. What is it? Was it? I don't think it was Flight Simulator. It was something else.
They've been working on Call of Duty since 2020.
Maybe that's where I saw them.
But they were also working on Crash, the latest CTR game, Crash Team Racing, as well as they worked on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. But
where I knew them, the remake for Tony Hawk.
And I guess they helped with Crash 4. It's about time because they're listed on, maybe these are just things they assisted development in because Crash 4 was a Toys for Bob game.
Toys for Bob, yeah.
So, because they're listed here with a bunch of different games here. Like their second ever game they're credited with is the B movie game.
Do you like jazz?
So
that's all it should be.
Is that it?
You like jazz? All right, game over.
Yeah, that's all I have for that.
The movie where Jerry Seinfeld as a bee falls in love with a woman.
You got the NCAA. Okay. For the ends, we got the NCAA, so that's like college football stuff. And also the NCAA
which just came
basketball,
back.
the NBA.
Finally just came out
And
of
also we got
break
the
there. NCAA is back and bigger than ever right now.
Yep. We got the NCAA. We got the NCAA of the basketball, NCAA
That's right.
football.
I forgot they did
I think
NCAA
maybe
basketball
baseball.
back then, which we don't have anymore. I don't think, as I recall, they stopped doing those basketball games.
No, EA made a new PS5 college football for the NCAA.
Yeah, but not basketball.
But no, not
So
basketball.
maybe they'll
Football,
bring
yes.
basketball back
Basketball,
eventually.
no.
If
They might
maybe
do
if
a
the NBA games take off some more again, then maybe they'll consider doing college football again. Or college basketball, I should say.
probably so.
You'll never
Probably
see
so.
a
I'm
college
not 100%
soccer
sure,
game.
but they might.
You won't see college soccer on a video game. You just won't. But never say never. Never say never.
No. Now there has been okay, but to get sports out of the way, what other in games is there on the PS2 besides the
I'm trying to remember.
NCAA
Did Neo come out then, or did Neo not come out until
college stuff?
PS3?
What other in games?
I'm trying to remember if Neo came out on PS2 or PS3.
Hold on. What did you say it
What
was?
is that you see?
Neo, it's NIOH.
NI?
Yes. I want to say that was PS3, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I don't see him here.
I think
Now
it's
there is Neo Pets and Neo Geo and Neo Contra. And
I
then
forgot about
NEO.
Neopets. Yeah, Neopets used to be huge back in the day. Neopets was all the rage with the kids.
I'm not a fan,
Don't know anything.
I remember back in those days, I used to go to
but it did
McDonald's
came out with those
plushie
cards.
when the Neopets craze was huge at McDonald's, those plushies were super collectible. I don't remember a Happy Meal thing running as long as Neopets did at McDonald's. It was like their biggest kids toy campaign.
All right.
And then it crashed and burned a few years later. Everybody just like it was kind of like fidget spinners. They just kind of got old. I'm telling you, man, we all secretly have
what you got,
ADHD. After a few years, everybody just kind of is like, man, we don't care anymore. And then we'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
No, I was just gonna say that I'm gonna head out now, as it's been half an hour. Good chatting with you all, but I have another commitment to go to, so I will see you all later.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
All
And,
right.
see you
Okay.
later.
All along.
All
Yes.
right, Spencer. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully, we will do more discussions next week.
Alrighty, we'll see. Have a good one, everybody. Later.
Here, buddy.
Bye.
All right, buddy. All right, that was good for Spencer to come in and help us out with those three letters for the PlayStation 2. Thank you for coming in and helping us out with that. And also, don't worry though, guys. The thing is, we'll be back next week, hopefully. Next Wednesday, we will do more on the PlayStation 2. We will do I am going to do a part 3 of it. Now, if we can't get all of it on part 3, there will be a special part 4.
Oh, you know there's going to be a part 4.
Special. Yes, for the PS2, it's going to be a part 2 for the PlayStation 2, and it's going to be a special edition. The reason why I said it's going to be a special edition is because the fact that there's a whole lot more for the PS2, the other accessories that comes with, and of course the cross-platform of the different of the online multiplayer, and of course the new some of you might consider it, but also other things that goes along with it. Now, there's but there's only one good thing about of the older PlayStation. Uh, if the console dies, don't, and you all your saved data is on those memory cards, guess what? All you gotta do is just buy a new console.
Hmm.
That's it. And but here's the thing: if you say like this here, oh, I could just do away with a PS2. I got myself a PS3 or PS4, PS5. Well, guess what happens? You play it, and you play it, and you play it, and guess what happens? Something happens. Crash, burn, overheat, dead, like the red
Then
ring
you,
of death.
then you start to miss that PS2.
And then
You're
you
like,
miss that PS2
nostalgia. I want to play that again.
because so
Which is basically me in a nutshell. I want to
now,
play that again.
now the best thing about it is that you got your memory cards.
Mhm.
They hold your data. And guess what happens? You still got your games in the memory card. You don't need to buy a new game. You don't need to buy a whole new games. You still got your games. Okay, say like this here. You downloaded a game.
Mhm.
Downloaded the PS2 game on the PS4. Or say for example, like Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2, or should I say, the Battlefront Classic Collection in general, or Bounty Hunter, or Clone Wars, any of the PS2 games that you downloaded from the PlayStation Store. Guess what? The PS4 or the PS5 crashed, burned,
Mhm.
red ring of death, or whatever happens, it just died. It's gone. It's bleh. So, you know what? What happens? Then you think about this here. You look back and you think, oh, okay, I got that on my PlayStation 2. So
Mhm.
cool. But sad that you don't have the PS4, but you do have the old modern technology, which is the best. But say like PS2 dies. Now here's the thing though, Gannon, it happened to me.
Your
It
PS2
did.
died on?
Mm-hmm. My very first PS2. My very first PS2 Slim Silver. It gave up. It gave up. It just died. It don't play games anymore. It won't work. The same
Maybe
thing
it just needs
for
a
the
new.
game.
Does it just need a new? What do you call it? Laser. Yeah, which they're
That's
actually
what
pretty
happened.
cheap. If you know somebody who can do it, you can actually have them do it relatively cheap.
Yeah, but that's okay though, because here's the thing: you still got your save data on your memory cards.
Yep, yep.
The console may die, but not your save data. Your data has never been deleted. It's still in the memory cards. All you have
Correct.
to do is just buy yourself a new console, and then you just hook it up and plug in your memory cards in, and it's like nothing happens. That's it. And those, and here's the thing: PS2s can last a lifetime. Plus, my very first PlayStation 2 lasted for a little over 10 years.
They do last a long time, but you got to keep them clean. That's the other thing. You got to keep them relatively cleaned out and well maintained. Don't go scratching parts inside. I imagine, like many consoles over time, you're gonna have to replace parts on it now and again. That's not, you kind of expect that.
Definitely.
But the cool thing about like retro consoles is a lot of the parts are actually readily available online, or a lot of times the game store will sell it, and a lot of times they'll do the repair work for you. You can just pay them to do the bench fee to fix it. You don't even have to worry about it. Just hand them the money and all right, we'll fix it for you.
There you go.
And they'll call you when it's ready. You just go pick it up, and there you go, Brent. It's like a brand new PlayStation again.
Yeah. Oh, and here's this. Here's the thing. Now over at my store, Game Exchange, but they also sell TVs, flat screen TVs, and I never thought of it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. They sell TVs.
Now, I'll tell you what, I'm in the market to get a decent CRT again someday so I can play retro games on it. If I can find like one of the higher quality ones that a lot of the retro gamers like to play on, that's got a good frame rate on it, and the great thing people don't realize is back in the CRT days, there wasn't really no delay in the signal. Whereas more modern displays, more modern digital displays, you have a very slight signal in the between like when you press a button and when something happens on the screen. It's very slight. But the cool thing is the tech has gotten so good, it's basically back to the same level as CRT tech, which is great. They've got that refresh rate locked in now. It's fantastic.
Now, now there is also, however, another thing though about the PS2 is that all PlayStation has the same power cord. Because the fact that the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, well, okay, accidentally, no. The PlayStation 2.
Uh-oh, we've lost him. No. All right, hold on a minute, guys. We'll get him back in a second. All right, he's back. He's back. All right, we got him back. We lost you there.
Yeah, it's okay. Now, it's don't worry. You're good. We're good. I'm good. Well good. The PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 5 all have about the same power cord. But the PlayStation 2 has a different power cord. The reason why it came with its own little big black box for different PlayStation 2 Slim. The PlayStation, there is a different model. I don't know what model that was, but it was a Slim, as far as I know. But the PlayStation 2 big box has the same power cord as all the others. Now, PlayStation 3 is the same. PlayStation 4 is the same. All three generations of PlayStation 4. But the first generation of PlayStation 4 is trash. The second generation, it's good. It does have its lifespan. But the Pro, the double decker, pretty good.
I always like the original PS2. That original PS2, it's just meaty, it's beefy. It's got everything you need and then some.
Yes, I would agree because if you want now here's this, if you get the original black blue writing PlayStation 2, you looking at a probably about like oh good lord about over $100.
Yeah, still, I'd say it's still over 100.
The PlayStation 2 Slim is half
Yeah, because they're so readily available, and they were mass produced,
mass produced.
definitely mass
They were
produced.
but if you want the original black box, blue writing, original PlayStation 2, all of you PlayStation fans, listen up. You better get over $100 because if you don't, you're going to get a mass produced one, and that is a PlayStation 2 Slim. Because you're looking at probably under $100. You're looking at probably 80 between used 50. If you get a new one, it probably run up to maybe close to 100, maybe $80.
And if you're
Am
at
I
a
right?
garage, like someone's garage sale, you might be able to get a used one as cheap as $20 or $30.
Huh. It depends on the condition.
Depends on whose parents are throwing out their adult kids' stuff. Like, it's been sitting in my house forever. They're not using it. I'll take 20 for it. What's that silly
Yeah.
plastic box over there Jimmy used to play with? I don't care. You can take it for 20. And you go, yes.
But
the only thing I worry about
now,
with older consoles like that when you buy them used is you gotta the controller ports. That's what gets me, especially player one slot. If the solder's cracked on the board, as I learned with the Sega Genesis, and I had to help my brother one time, you're gonna have to learn how to solder, which was
now,
fun. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun.
now, there is one thing that I do know that man. Now I'll tell you this here. The consoles I'm going to get. I was going to see. Here's a. If he just had a PlayStation 2 with some games with it, I would get it and be done with it. And here we go. Okay, now we're good. All right. Like I was saying, the games. If I had another PlayStation 2 and everything, I would get all that for $40. Seriously, $40. That's the most. But I had never thought that I would be able to get two NESs, two SNESs, plus the gun that comes with the NES, and a whole bunch of games that come along with it. And those games were old, retro, and also some of them were are worth a lot of money. And they are big money. I mean big money. You got like oh good lord. The like Star Wars Return of the Jedi. You got Mario the Mario Bros. Super Mario Brothers and the Duck Hunt for the NES. Tetris Attack. Mario Super Mario World. You got oh shoot for what else? What do I have? What else? Uh, Super Metroid. I'm like, dang, Super Mario Kart. All of those games are big right there, and I never thought that he would ever get something like that. Those are old games that was worth a lot of money, but
Yeah.
if all of them work, I'm like, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of chimichangas, my friend.
Oh yes, it is a lot of money. Listen, I know, guys, that we are. I know we're off topic. I know we are, but there's some things that that we in the console discussions because there's some things that you have to understand. See, the but also there's a couple of games that will save your progress, and the very first old console that saves your progress is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo.
Because it had a save battery.
Yes, it does.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think there's a few NES games that did saving as well. But in terms of Mario
It did.
games, that would be the one for SNES, probably.
That's good. Yes, definitely. There is,
I,
however,
I remember playing like the Star Tropic games on NES, and they had save states.
yes, they do. And there is, however, another one. I can't think of it. There is, however, another one. Although you have to do password. Pilot Wings.
Piloting set a save.
It has a password algorithm. You
Oh,
have
it
to
was a password
remember.
thing where you just type in the password and it loads to that level or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's it, and that's it. The next one is however, there has been a few other good games that will save your progress. Uh, One of them is now there is one, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for the
Mhm.
Sega Genesis. It has a save feature. But there's only one thing about the Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Hmm.
If you combine Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with Sonic and Knuckles, you can play the whole story of Angel Island together. From Angel Island Zone to Mushroom Hill Zone, and all the way to the Death Egg Zone as uh, the as Sonic, and I think Tails too. I think I don't know. Knuckles is no. And a
Okay, we're back.
and we're back. Sorry, guys. There isn't, however, another. I think Knuckles does his own thing because of the fact that he has to deal with the Egg Robo. That was after Sonic defeated Eggman or Dr. Robotnik the first time. So, uh, let me see. Let me see. But I mean, there has been a few games that does save features on the old retros. Uh, it's very few far between. Uh, but also, don't forget though, there's a lot of hidden secrets in Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just gonna have to find them all. Now, the next thing I'm gonna have to do is I don't know. But there has been a few other. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, now there there has been a few other games that also for them. What about any monster truck games for the PS2?
I never played any of them. I know they exist. But I personally didn't play any of them.
I know that. Yeah, I don't know either. But anyways, um, um, let me see. Let me see. Let me think. Ian's. Let me see. Hmm. What about the Napco? The Napcos.
Namco Museum.
Oh, yeah, the Namco Museum. Is there any for the PS2?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on the PS2 for Namco. I think they had like your Pac-Mans, your Dig Dugs, your Galagas, stuff like that. And it was all. And what I specifically remember is they had so many different iterations of Pac-Man and Galaga on those Namco museums. Specifically, ones I had never played before, which was really fantastic. So I really enjoyed that.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. That's not
Was
bad.
quite
That's pretty good.
enjoyable.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 Let's see. But I mean, there has been a few. Now Pac-Man is a very good old arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
Dated back. Um, I think in the 80s.
I want to say I'm trying to remember what year Pac-Man came out. Was it 81? Might have been 80. Forget specifically which one
I
it was.
think it's somewhere in the 80s, and Pac-Man is one of the most, oh my lord, addicting puzzle game of
Super
all
addictive.
time.
I would
Oh
even
man.
go as far as to say hyper addictive.
And they made so many variations of Pac-Man. They modernized it so many times.
And it
They
got to
even
be so
made Pac-Man.
addictive that people kept popping quarters into it. They literally came up with a psychological term called Pac-Mania. That psychologists were studying for years. They were literally trying to figure out why everyone keeps playing Pac-Man.
And not only that, though,
That's
they
how good
made
it was.
they made an old TV show of Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm. There's even a Pac-Man song.
And they made a Pac-Man for the N64.
They did, and then they had those Pac-Man World games. I specifically remember Pac-Man World was big around the PS1 and then PS2 era.
Definitely. And even though it starts with P, it goes all under N of the company, Napco.
Namco, yep.
Because the fact that they are the biggest. Namco, it has the biggest arcade of Pac-Man, and also Galaga, and also let me think.
I love
I'll
Galaga
be
so
dog.
much. I literally bought when Arcade One Up. They started doing these miniature arcade cabinets. They called it a what do they call it? Not a candy cab. Jeez Louise, what do they call it? It was like a I forget the name of it. But anyways, it's a miniature Galaga. It's like a 1/4 scale, like a quarter scale or fifth scale version of like a full size cabinet. I bought one from them. It's like a little like bar size one. It's like a barcade one that you could sit on top of a bar. I spent 150 for it, but it's got Galaga and Galaxian on it.
Is it Breakout?
Was it what?
Breakout, is it a bar and you gotta move it around and you gotta hit that little ball?
No. I played Galaga, but Breakout, yeah, that's the one with the ball. And that one got addictive too, because people kept trying to see if they could get all the bricks, and sometimes the ball kept getting faster and faster, so you had to work harder to slide back and forth.
And also, you can use different power ups as well, like and also multi ball, three, and also uh, you can make the bar longer, and whatnot. But they have been modernized that throughout the years. They made that into a mobile game. Also,
I remember Breakout used to be huge on mobile back in the day, or Clones, Breakout Clone. They were the same game but different name.
Definitely. Now there has been a few other good ones as well, but I can't think of anything other than Nemco because it's pretty much. Wait a minute, I think there's another one. 720 degrees.
Oh, 720. Yeah, the skateboarding.
Is that
game.
under Nemco?
I don't remember.
That's under. It's either under. I think Namco done it and also Midway.
So a lot of people didn't know, games like 720 ended up really leading the charge for what skateboarding video games could be, and they eventually would lead to games like Skate or Die and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So without 720, a lot of that stuff would have never happened. A lot of people don't know that. But yep.
That's true. It's true.
720 led the way.
Now. Yep. Oh, and also don't forget though, you do have let me think of one. Vindicators. Without Vindicators, you won't have some good tank games.
True.
And of course, though, Spy Hunter. You won't have Spy Hunter because you got some of the Spy Hunters that's for the GameCube that's more 3D type, but Spy Hunter was actually an arcade game. Without that, you won't have any good Spy Hunter games. And also, you won't have James Bond because without Spy Hunter, you won't have James Bond with all those car chasings. Because due to the fact that also get other type agent games. Because Spy Hunter is a pretty good addictive game. To me, it is. But also another good addicting game is so cringe, so fun, so addicting. I can't get enough of it. And that is none other than Smash TV.
Smash TV. Yep.
Motorman was one. Motorman is probably the best boss in the whole game. But I also have to think the two snakes. They're the two most freaky. Yeah. But um, but if I had to think though, I kind of like oh, let me think of one. So, excuse me. Um. Oh yes. I do remember. Yes, yes, I do remember this one. Um, this one is called Robotron 2049.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a midway. Um, and also you got the let's see, Splat, Root Beer Tapper, and of course, Road Blaster, and also Blaster, and also Sensor.
Yeah. Hunger.
Oh, I hunger.
Scariest looking dude ever.
Definitely scared. Oh, boy.
But he hungry, so just let him eat.
Let me see. Um, Joust, Joust 2,
Yes.
mhm. Joust 2. Um, Bubbles. Bubbles. It was there. And of course, though, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. Oh, they were on there. Uh, very few good other games is on there as well. I'm not 100% sure, but there has been a very good many good games. Um, now there has been a few other good Marvel games. Spider-Man's, Marvel Spider-Man's, uh, like 1, 2, 3, Red Tobey Maguire. So I mean, there has been a few of them, but I mean, yeah. Um, but now, if I have to do another letter, there's hardly any O's. I don't know any old PS2 games.
Okami.
Okami, never heard of it.
You play as a wolf. It's like a Japanese wolf game, and it's like one of the most like popular games that ever came out on PS2. And everybody who's played through the whole game, I've never played through the whole game, but everybody who says they played through the whole game says it's like really, really good.
And it's called Okami.
Okami, Okami.
Oh, well, don't call me.
So if you like playing as a wolf,
That's a joke.
that's a good game.
The only time,
I
hey,
think
listen,
it might be on Switch now, too.
here's the thing though. If I want to play as a wolf, I'd rather play my Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I think it's the game that probably inspired Twilight. Well, did it? Yeah, it probably did inspire Twilight Princess. Honestly,
Huh? Ain't that a copycat?
the whole like Japanese wolf thing going on there.
All right. I'd rather stick to my original.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
any other any old PS2 games? Any other
I'm going to look some up now that I just had a flight.
All right.
Actually, open my browser.
Yeah, you better open up your browser.
Open up. Come on.
Open Sesame.
It's being slow loading because I had the list up last week. This website's not very good. I'm going to change to a different one because it crashed on me last week. And I see why. There's too many ads trying to load. Here, let me see if I can plug my keyboard in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Make this a little faster.
Yeah.
Come on, you silly thing.
Don't worry.
There
This
we
is
go.
PG-13.
I'm just dropping everything.
Well, you better not break it.
Yeah,
Because
considering
you already bought it.
I'm gonna break it. All right. So what do we say? PS2 games.
Yes. We're at O right now. But
Hold on.
you
Trying to get
can
off this
look up some more
website. Once I get off
N's
this
and
website, it
O's.
should be fine. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're going.
If you look, if you get to the now, if you go to the N's and O's, we'll be fine, I think. And then we probably might stop there, or we can go to P's, and then we'll stop it there because we're going in 2 hours now. So we can do two more. We can probably do two to three letters. So if you
Okay.
do N's, do some more N's. We can do the O's, and if you want to, we can do the P's. So and then we could stop it there, and I will do a part 3. And
Okay, so
then
in the ends was basically the Naruto games. There was a bunch of Naruto games back then that started out on
oh
PS2.
yeah.
The Ultimate
Yes.
Ninja games were on there. Uzumaki Chronicles 1 and 2. Ultimate Ninja 4, and then they had a European one that was Ultimate Ninja 5. For the O's, there was Okami, and then a game called Okage Shadow King or Okagi Shadow King.
Never heard of that.
And if you want to go into the P's, we got Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 3, Parappa the Rapper 2.
Never heard of it.
Parappa the Rapper from PS1?
Nope.
Wow, that's like a PlayStation staple. And then they did Persona 3 and Persona 4 came out on PS2 originally. Which both of those in the last like 2 years just got remastered, remade for modern consoles. So you could play, what is it? Persona 3 is the one that just recently got redone. That's what do they call that? Reloaded. Persona 3 Reloaded. And then Persona 4 Golden. Psychonauts actually had a PS2 release. This is a pretty small list. Hold on. When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Duvix, show off your clear skin. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off. With Duvix, the number one prescribed biologic by dermatologists and you can say that it helps block inflammation inside the body.
Although I do have Uzumaki Chronicles 1 and 2 for the PS2.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look here. There's a website I'm trying. Oh, this game's database. Oh, this is even better. Oh, I like this. All right, hold on a sec.
Oh, let me guess. This one here has got a little bit more in depth of the game.
It's more in depth and it's a little less intensive on my Xbox browser. We're in the O's. Oh, I forget. Okay, so back on the ends, I totally forgot they did a Nights into Dreams port from the Sega Saturn for PS2.
Oh, nice.
From Dreamcast, yeah. No, it was Saturn.
Oh,
It was Saturn. Sega Saturn, because the extra stick thing that was on the special controller for Saturn, just for Nights into
I
Dreams.
I did not know they had that one.
There were a few NASCAR games in the ends. All right, let's go to page 10 here. For Pac-Man, they had Pac-Man World 2, 3, Pac-Man Fever. They had two Pinball Hall of Fame games from Williams and Gottlieb, who are two of the big producers of pinball machines. They brought some of their cabinets into a digital space for console. They had a Pitfall game called Pitfall: The Lost Expedition.
Pitfall.
The Pez series started. The Pro Evolution Soccer games, those started on PS2. Those are still going to this day. They're kind of the FIFA competitor. they're FIFA's awkward stepchild. There was a Punisher game, which I think you have, don't you?
Punisher?
Yeah.
No, no, I don't have any Punisher games. The only games that is Marvel that I had that is Marvel based is the Ultimate Alliance, Ultimate Alliance 2, Ultimate Alliance 3, super, but I can't do it. Though. I mean,
I think I
don't
remember
actually
this
have
game.
that.
Did you play a game called Portal Runner?
No, I heard of it, but never played it.
And then they had a Polar Express movie tie-in game on PS2.
No, I never heard of that one. I mean, I never. Wait a minute. Say what? The Polar Express Christmas movie game?
Yep, it's just called the Polar Express. THQ did the port of the game, or they developed the game, I guess, to come out around the time of the movie.
THQ, they're the ones that made Cars and
little known fact about THQ: they are notorious for doing movie video game ports or development. THQ did a lot, like so many in the PS1 and PS2 era. It's like not even funny. They even did a lot of them on GameCube too.
Cars, different ones, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna step away for a minute, but I think we're gonna stop there. That's through the P's. I think we'll save the rest for the next episode.
Yeah, I would probably save those for the next episode as well. Okay, well, guys, that is going to be the last one for today. Now, for those that will be watching the recap of this show, please write down in your comments what games that we did not mention throughout this episode. Please, and also your comments are very important. It's very, very important. It's important to me because I value your opinions, I value your comments, and I will discuss them along the way. Now, if you want to be a special guest on my show, on the Lightning Show, you can. You can, and I promise you, be you will be full credited on this here because I'm doing this for all gamers, and I want to hear your opinions on these games. We will do a great discussion about it. We will talk about the genre. We will talk about the how they become, how they are. So, um, what I would say this here to you all. What do you think about the whole game series title? Do you want to see more game series titles? Do you want to see more just one shot that's just strictly just in there, or do you want to see the best? I mean, the best game, movie tie-ins. But you know what? I have a better idea. My question is to you all that will be watching this later. Do you, what, I would say this here, what would you want to see more? Do you want to see movie tie-in games? Or do you want to see more series games? Or do you just want to see and play a random base, just out of the blue, whatever game that developers pick out? But also, I want to ask you, the people of the viewers, the listeners, everyone, what is your favorite game that you play on the PS2 and why? Please comment on my on this video after it's been posted. What is your favorite game that you want to play? It could be any from the PS2 era. But if it's a game that we had not even touched bases yet, we will get to it and we will touch it. And you have 1 week, 1 week from today. All you have to do, just go on the comments and post it. I will be doing some 1 minute shorts. I will do them soon. So, and now for the lightning show, I will be also hosting, but also I might do a different show. I might be doing maybe a different type of show on the lightning show. I will be doing a recording studio. I will be doing a recording. I will be hosting and record a a good one-on-one with a few guests, but one day I will do it another time. But it's in development, so we will get to it soon as I will get to it as soon as possible, and I will touch bases on those shows later on. So it's going to be right here on StreamYard. It's going to be right here on YouTube. So uh, if anyone wants to join as my special guest for a recording studio to discuss whatever needs to be done, and I will post it on YouTube if I ever get the chance to. And also if I can ever how to work this damn thing. So now, now, oh, uh, I was just telling the viewers that if anyone wants to, I gave them a question like, what is their favorite PS2 to play of all time? And also write down in the comments and tell me what it is. And if there's a game that we have not touched bases on, we will discuss them later on in our shows. So, we will get to them like after the P's, we get to the Q's, R's, S, T, U, V's, W, X's, and Y's, and the Z's. But please don't do the Z's because it will make you go to sleep.
Hmm.
Uh, Little joke. Now, and also, and as promised, on the part 4 finale special, I am going to be doing a special. The special will be included all the other accessories that goes to the PS2, plus a few little funnies that will go along the way. I promise you, you will enjoy it. You will love it. You will be excited.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just messing with
Oh,
you.
ha. As that is one of the funnies that we would be doing because and no, there won't be any Michael Jackson impersonations.
Hee hee. Hoo! You want to talk about PlayStation with me? Hee hee. Come on. I did the music for Sonic 3. Oh, chicka.
Oh my!
Those of you don't who know, Michael Jackson technically did music for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but was not listed in the credits.
No, it's not.
But he did work on it.
It.
Just goes to prove Michael Jackson does love video games.
He does love video games.
Well, rather, he
But
did love video games. Rest in peace.
may God may he rest in peace and have mercy on his soul. So I would say this here to the fans of everything, and also there is no secret that Keanu Reeves is also going to be the voice of Shadow in the Sonic X Shadow Generations game. He is the voice of Shadow now. And to be quite honest, though, Keanu Reeves is to be between him and the actual Shadow from the games. I think Keanu Reeves is the best, will be the best Shadow uh, of all, because we already got the best Batman. Why can't we just have the best Shadow?
Right? Which I'm hoping with this next game, it's looking like we just might.
Yes, and we got because we all know who's the best Batman, and that's Michael Keaton, hands down. Boom,
Mm.
and done. Am I right? No comments. That means I'm right.
No, I'm just entertained over here reading posts on X.
Oh gosh, post.
I'm over here looking at the memes.
No, 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 no,
Oop,
no.
hold on,
No.
hold on. I just found one. I just found one I'm gonna send to you. This is the most Louisiana thing I think or Southern thing I should rather say that I gotta share with you.
Oh no. Hey, okay. Why don't you do what Spencer done last week?
What's that?
What do you think?
Be a dingus?
Oh my god. You know what I mean. Put it on a. Can you do a secondary camera on that on your?
No. I'm just gonna send it to you on Discord so you can look at it later.
Oh my lord. Um, Oh God.
It's way more fun.
Please,
Hey, it's being
no.
slow, not cooperating.
It better not be a Down thing because Down is such a cringe ship. Oh my god, that is the
Nope.
worst. Oh my god. I'd rather
Nope,
have
you're
a
safe.
Son Amy.
Come on, where was that meme? I just I'll find it again.
And wait a second. Speaking of the dingus is back.
Oh wow.
Well, I thought he was going to be. I thought he
Yeah,
was
I
going to
was thinking we
go
were
because
wrapping up.
we were just wrapping up there, Spencer. But I'm glad that you're back. Spencer. I understand that but we're just about to wrap up here, But we just went through the P's, so we're pretty much going to uh, uh, wrap that up, and we're going to start on the Q. All right. Yep. Next,
For the
now
cues.
remember now, and also Spencer, before you leave, I want to tell you this here. Next week, uh, make sure you have your list ready by next week. Okay, make sure you do. Because we have now if there's any, because that way we will. I will do a recap and whatever games that we did miss on the O's and the P's or whatever it is that if there's any extras that you may found that than what we did tonight. Make sure you save that for next week. Okay? And that way we will be ready for the Q's, the R's, and stuff then. And we're gonna do the after that, we're gonna do after the Q's, R's, and S's. We might do the T's, and then after that, we're going to go. We might do half of the S's, and we might do because the S's it has some big heavy hitters because and the R's got some heavy hitters as well. You got the R's, the S's, and some of the T's have some heavy hitters. So make sure you got that list ready and on hand. And he's calling you, Patrick.
I don't have chat open. What's he calling me for?
It says Patrick, 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 Patrick.
What's up, buddy?
Patricia. Patricia.
Patricia. Right, there you go. I sent you that thing, Ronnie J.
Okay. Okay. What? Patrick saying?
I'm gonna send this to Spencer too, because he deserves to see this.
Patrick saying what the? Oh my gosh. Hey, Spencer. Spencer. He's also not a liberty TV plays file without permission from me or warrant from you. I can see issues you understand. For a killer who's overdosing patients.
What's up?
Spencer, quit blowing up my comment sections.
Is he filling up your comment section with Patrick?
Patricia, 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 and Patrick's hand, Patrick's hand, Patrick's hand, Patrick's hand, Patrick's hand.
Let's see what he sent me.
Jesus.
He sent me it's like a laughing, maniacal, crying emoji gif swirling like this. It's just like very jokerish of you, sir.
Oh my. Okay, Spencer, listen to me. Make sure you have that. Make sure you have the list ready by next week. Because after that, we're going to call that. And then on part 4, it will be a special part 4 finale for the PS2. Because we're also going to be talking about more on the other accessories, multi-platforms, the multi everything about the PS2, and of course the other accessories along with it. But make sure that you are ready for it.
Are you ready?
Oh God. And we will get to that later. That would be under the W's.
All right, it's time to roll out with this W.
All right.
I think. You ready to roll out?
Well, it's time to roll out. And I'd say this here. And hi, yes, ma'am, really? I got HW from Mr. Lucas. What the HW?
He says you're looking very presidential over there. He's so HW, they're going to start calling him George.
I am not that person. I'm not like that. No, don't give me that title because I am not that. Yeah, homework. Yeah, you got some homework to do, buddy. And don't call me man, or otherwise I will don't, because I'm not a ma'am, I'm a sir. Sir, I'm older than you. Respect your elders.
Sir.
Now he gone gunking.
Don't call me Donkey Kong.
Sir.
Do you like my shine?
I'm going.
It's
Just be
time
more
for,
presentable.
Time for the gamers to rise up and take over, man.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to be like Macho Man Randy Savage?
I'm a mix of Duke Nukem, Macho Man Randy Savage, and I guess myself. I'm gonna kick ass, but we're all out of gum. So I'm chewing ass and blowing bubbles with no gum.
But hey, next time, get some Slim Jim.
I'm gonna slap so hard into you like a Slim Jim. Oh yeah, brother. I'm gonna beat you so fast you won't even see me coming. Oh yeah.
Spencer.
Then we're gonna go to town and get cheeseburgers. Oh yeah, brother. Don't be surprised if my buddy Ric Flair shows up next week. Coming in here all like,
Woo! Oh, 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 oh. Oh.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
I mean, are you okay there, brother?
I'll be fine. Just gotta. I'll be all right. Oh, dang that.
Yeah, dang
But,
nabbit.
yeah. But I say this here though. Spencer, just make sure that you get that list out ready for next week. Like I said, just make sure you get everything done on that, and because you got a week, so we gonna have to get that situated, and it's later dingleberries. More like you're the dingleberry because you're always down below us.
Bye, Dingleberry. But for real, I'm sure I'll be on with the guys at some point this week or Saturday. We'll figure out something for red shirts.
All right, that's good. Because
So you
I gotta
guys can
work.
find me over there on Red Shirts Remastered, with the dingus himself.
Oh, I
At
know,
some
I
point.
know, but I'm
We've
gonna
been
be working.
so split on our streams lately because Chris does his thing. I've been kind of doing my thing, and Spencer's doing his thing over. He's kind of split between Red Shirts and his Dingus Den channel right now.
Yeah.
So we're all just kind of doing our thing, man. Just enjoying the rest of September, raising money for the kids.
Of course,
We only
and
got a few more
also
days. We only got a few more days left on the charity. So
yeah, and also now Spencer said, "Wait, Patrick, check your DMs in a bit." I think he sent you something.
Yeah, I'll check them after I'm off stream.
Yes. Now, I'm going to say this here that before we sign off, I just want to say that again in 136, this has been a good time.
No, it's
Throughout
not been a
this
good
here,
time. It's been a great time.
it's been a great time, and I want to say that without Patrick, I could not have done these here discussions without him. He is my second in command. I'll have to say that he done most of the work. I may be the base of it and this may be my show, but to me, I say this is our show. This is a show that we all take part in, close to our hearts, because that we know so much about these games. Not only us, but also Spencer. Also, we also the Mr. Retro himself, the King Retro, I would say, because he played nothing but retro games, and I have to say him, and also because this is our good show. We done so much of it all. Now, I have to say that without y'all, I would never had this possible because y'all have inspired me to do my own show.
Yeah.
Because you have done Twitch, YouTube, we've been partners with Kylo on the Kilo Custom Squad. And I mean, we've done them. We've done the other person, but we have done so many throughout the times. So uh, it just inspired me to do a show on my own. So uh, that way, I don't want to lose this vibe because that we've been friends for so long. And yes, you too, Spencer. Uh, now we've been friends for a long time, and I cannot get enough. I mean, we've done this a lot. Plus, also we done a lot of the there's so much, and there's so much that we have yet even discovered. What other new grounds that we're going to see? What's what's to expect?
Mhm.
So with this here, I just want to say thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
And so right now, I'm going to ask you, Patrick, to discuss what you're going to be doing throughout the rest of this week. Besides working, what
Not
are
much.
you going to
Not much. Not much at all. It's gonna be work, sleep, and just whatever we can get done with red shirts. That's really gonna be about it. And then helping the girlfriend with some stuff she's got to take care of. Outside of that, I might read. Which don't get your hopes up, Spencer. I know, man. I know. Reading, me and reading, not a big thing. I know. I get it, man.
Yes, and now there has been a few good. Now I will be looking up some more uh, new content on with these trailers,
Yeah.
the and also uh, I will be looking up some more other content about the games, the movies, the TV shows, and of course, though, the uh, the new upcoming comics. What's coming out? There has been a few, uh, like Spencer said, the Dark Horse comics and stuff
Mm-hmm.
for the Bad Batch. I think that is good. Dark Horse is going to be hosting it, and they're going to be the main provider, main company for that, and that is good because Dark Horse Comics has some of the best content around.
Yeah.
Star Wars, even the Legend of Zelda's, and of course, though, Dark Horse has been doing a lot of uh, good ones because they are one of the real money makers. Because
Mm-hmm.
they don't do any other ordinary comics. Dark Horse done some good franchise comics,
Yeah.
and also don't forget though, Dark Horse also done the 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 Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia and the
Done a
thing
lot
for
of
the
Star
Legend.
Wars stuff back in the day too.
Yes, Star Wars
Especially if you're
stuff.
into like Knights of the Old Republic, like all that Old Republic era stuff, that was all Dark Horse.
And yes, they do have a rich history. Dark Horse has a very rich history, very rich, and they have done a lot. So for
Very
that,
tied to Star Wars.
oh yes. Now
Which is I'm kind of glad to see they're kind of going back to that.
yes, they are. And I
It
would
took a
say
much
this
needed
here.
break.
Okay. I don't know about Hellboy. It could be a good idea. I don't know if Dark Horse done Hellboy, but if they did, it would be a great thing because Hellboy, there's a lot more in depth in with Hellboy because not only you got the movies, but you also have the animated movies of Hellboy. What is what could we do for later? Something in depth between the movies. So that's where the comics kind of help fill in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mike Mignola. Okay, Mike Mignola. Okay. Now I say this here. Now, okay, Hellboy comics. Okay. Now I would say this here though. Now Spencer. Now I'm going to give you a good question. I'm going to give you a really, really good question. Now, Dark Horse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and even you too, Patrick. Uh, what Dark Horse comic that you think that outshines the rest? Is it the Star Wars franchise, the Hellboys, the some of the maybe or any other comic that stands out? Maybe Dark Horse done some other comics as well. But
Nothing I can think of. Not off
okay,
the top of my
for
head.
okay, for what Dark Horse comic that is is what you consider the best for you?
I don't know. What's your best? What's your top?
Well, for me, I would say it would have to be um Star Wars Bounty Hunter Dark Horse comic that I read on the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game. Where Elias got captured by Count Dooku and was telling the story of Jango Fett.
Mm.
Yes, that one there was a good one for me. And also Dark Horse Comics, Dark Horse did the Aliens comics that Dark Horse did. Yes, I believe so. Aliens, I think. Yeah. Yeah. But there is, however, a good comic. Now I did like the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. Transformers. I think you do. I think so because there's no way now. Transformers done something different. They had their own. Okay. Uh, Another comic publisher that has done Transformers. I would suggest Hasbro has done their comics.
Hasbro's done a good amount of stuff with IDW.
Yes. Same thing with Sonic. IDW Sonics.
Yeah.
So I think Hasbro got Transformers.
And I enjoyed
Horse.
a lot of what IDW did with the kids stuff for Star Wars. It was pretty good, like the Young Readers comics. Like it used to be, what was it, Star Wars Adventures is what they used to call it. Those were pretty good for kids. I liked a lot of those.
Yes.
It's like little short comic stories for kids.
Yes.
Pretty fun, pretty cool.
Now, yes. Now, I have to say though that now for the Sonic, OG Transformer comics was published by Marvel. Oh. Oh, Marvel. I did not know. Yeah. That's pretty true. Okay. OG Transformer comics was published by Marvel.
I believe you're right.
I didn't know. But Image now has the right to print those. Which we're now getting compendiums for. Compendiums for what? Spencer. Give me more details, buddy.
Compendium, that's like a compilation of a bunch of comics. It's like a collection.
Never mind, Spencer. Patrick just answered that question. So, uh, now, but I have to say though, Spencer, what is your favorite comic of all time that you could read over and over again without even giving any second thoughts? What is your favorite comic to read of all time? Oh, G1 Transformers and G.I. Joe runs. Okay. Okay. You could do three because since you got so many comics, it's like me with so many games. So, okay, compare them as a hardcover omnibus,
Mhm.
which was soon getting classic Transformers and GI Joe runs. So, okay, all right. What is your top three pick favorite comics that you love to read over and over again, and why? Infinity Gauntlet, Dark Knights, Metal, and Batman Long Halloween. Okay, okay. Can you tell us why? Also, honorable mention: the first six issues of Spawn.
Well, so he was telling me, I guess there's three parts to the Long Halloween story, and I guess part three just started today. And he said issue one just came out, so that's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay, Spencer. Can you tell me why? Why you picked those three?
Because they're good.
Okay, tell me why. Okay, tell me why you picked those three. Uh, besides they're good, okay. Long Halloween is the first part. Then there's Dark
Long Halloween's
Victory,
great. I like
and,
Long Halloween.
and now we're starting to get Last Halloween. Okay. Now, tell me, Infinity Gauntlet is that Marvel or
Yeah, it's Marvel. It's like a Thanos story.
Thanos story? Okay. Now, Dark Knight's Metal. That one there, I'm not familiar with. So, Spencer,
That's
can you
the
give
alternate
me?
DC reality with it's like with it's kind of hard to describe. Spencer can tell you more about that stuff. Um, it's kind of like a DC Elseworlds where like it's almost like a hellish sort of place where like all the characters there's like a variation on them. Have you ever heard of the Batman Who Laughs?
I
He's like a
heard yes, and also
creepy
I heard
looking
about it,
Batman,
and
but like he looks
also
like he's got like a Joker lower face, and he's just like always like smiling, just like ha 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 ha. Anyways, that variation that's from Dark Knight's Metal, and then there's a Joker dragon. Joker's a dragon in that universe.
hmm, okay, okay, okay. Infinity Gauntlet was the comic that got me into reading comics in general. It's the story where we first got Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. And Dark Knight's Metal is what got me into heavily reading comics. It's when the dark multiverse invades the Prime Earth. Batman Long Halloween is my favorite Batman story.
It's really good.
Highlight.
That book is the reason I got back into comics. Thanks to the Dingus, he got me reading that book and got me back into comics because it was that good.
Highlights all the best stuff about Batman. Great mix of everything Batman. That's true. Now, I want to ask you this here, Spencer. Why honorable mentions of the first 6 issues of Spawn? Why honorable mentions? Or if you ask if you can tell us why? Because see something are they more like the underdogs? You know, are they like the underdog type? And Spawn is just a mixture of like Batman and Deadpool together. Oh, movie for Long Halloween is solid. Okay. Oh, Spawn is my favorite creator-owned hero and one of my favorite heroes ever. Okay. Um. Now, Spencer. Um. Maybe your favorite character on created on hero creator or character. Well, yes. I mean, I could say I'm okay. Spawn as Venom with Batman. Well, I said Deadpool, but I mean Venom. Yeah, I mean I could say Venom as well. With the magic cape and chains. Um, the magic cape is more or less like Doctor Strange. Chains, however, um, Ghost Rider, more or less. The '90s cartoon is fantastic. Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. The best cartoons is always the '90s. Can't get enough of the classics.
Yeah.
That's our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, now, now, Spencer, I have to say that one day, um, I don't know when, but one day I might do a one comic stream where I can let you talk about your comics on my stream, on my show. One day, one day, but I have to plan and see what I could go with. I don't know when, but one day oh I might like it's just it's just that I got so much going down the line right now and I got because we got these here PlayStation streams plus plus we haven't even went to PS3 yet. And there is a small library of PS3s. And the PS4 PS5 is if you combine those two, the library is well about as big as PlayStation 2. About. I don't know. Maybe. Gannon, PS4, PS5 games. Is it about the same as about PlayStation 2 or is it smaller?
Smaller, considerably smaller.
But it's still growing.
Oh yeah, still growing for sure. PS4 is up there in age now. A little bit. but I think the catalog's still sizable enough to where it's considered pretty good.
Yeah, but I will say this here though, later on, uh, in the in that era, we will be discussing the PlayStation Portable, the PSP, and the PSV handhelds as well.
Mm-hmm.
I will be discussing those in the after the part 4 finale. The reason why is because the PSP is also another accessory that can go along with the PlayStation 2 because there are some games along with the PlayStation 2 that is compatible with the PlayStation Portable. So we have to find that list,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't have to do that till the big finale of that. That's where I'm going to include uh, the PlayStation Portable and the PSP. But I want to ask this one good question to Spencer and you, Patrick. The
Okay.
PSV, the PS Vista. What um what what console was the PSV, the Vista? What console did it compare to?
Which one? The PSP?
PSP compares to works is compatible with the PS2, but the PSV, what what console did it compare to, or what is it compatible to?
The Vita is probably closer to, I don't know, the Wii. No, probably PS3. I would think.
Probably so. I think it came out during the PS3 era.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Spencer. PSP is a pretty good one. Has some of the good game titles on there, like Iron Man, some of the Star Warses, and also some of the other type PlayStation good games that is just for handhelds. But that was a really bad comparison there, Patrick.
Yeah, I didn't play Vita, so I wouldn't know.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that is about it. Yeah. But um but don't worry about those though, Patrick. But don't worry about those, Spencer. We will get to those at the finale, so that way we can we can do the PSP for the finale for the PS2 and the PSV. We could look up some more stuff there when we do the PS3. So we will be ready for that later. So as for now, it's almost 3 hours in. So and it's 11:04. So I would say this here. Um I want to say thank you all for coming. This has been a great show, and we have gone through a lot of good comparisons. And like I said, uh, if anybody got a game that they want to share or mention in the comments after this video has been posted, please comment on my on the comment section, and I will get to you next time, and I will do a shout out to you. Say that hey, so and so mentioned this game, and we that we probably forgot about, and we're going to hit. And I just want to say, shout out to this person, and we get right into it. But if there is a game that we have not even mentioned, that we haven't even gone over yet, and it's one of the next games, we will go through it and we will tell them, and then we will give you credit to it and everything. So, uh, good night, Dingus. Good night, Spencer,
Good night,
and
Dingus.
we see you soon. So, as uh as of today, we are now officially done for the part 2, and part 3 will be more on the PS2 games. We're going to be, like I said, we are going to do QRS and possibly T's. We are getting to the heavy hitters of will on the next stream. It will be the heavy. If I mean heavy, I mean heavy hard hitters. We are going to the Resident Evils. I don't know anything about the cubes, but we are going to get to even the power, or maybe now there is one that I would say Power Rangers Dino Thunder was also on PlayStation 2 and also was on the GameCube. But it doesn't matter. But it's probably one of those other type things. So we're gonna leave that alone. But uh, I would say this here to everyone. We do have. We got Resident Evils, we got Sonics, we got Star Wars. We even got Time Splitters. We even got the other type games for the PlayStation 2. And they are the biggest heavy hitters. And they are the franchise. They are worth the franchise for the PlayStation 2. So I would recommend that you stay tuned for those game comparisons. So this is the Lightning, along with my good friend Gannon136, Patrick. I will be saying good night,
Good
farewell,
night.
and we will be seeing you all next time. God bless, and may the force be with you
We'll
always.
see another episode of the Lightning Show.